What up guys, Eric here from RacingRamFam, and today we are cutting up SRT10 again. This time we are fixing some issues. We were having a boost leak. It was coming through the throttle body, right through the side where the shaft goes through the bearing. So if you guys saw that, it was coming right out where that shaft and bearing go through on the side of the throttle body right here. As you can see, my throttle body is already gutted. I ordered new bearings and a new throttle shaft for it, and we're gonna try that out. I also ordered an OEM throttle body because I had to take all the parts out of my original throttle body to put in this aftermarket monoblade throttle body. But while we were doing that, we threw it all back together. I tried to like RTV it and see if that would help. Threw it all back together, and I was tightening the clamp down on the intercooler pipe here. And as you guys can see, it pop canned it. It just squeezed it and crackled it and bent it and broke it. And now it pisses air out of it. So now we're having to redo that. And you guys saw that giant coupler already on that throttle body. So now we are going with a 4.5 inch 90-degree coupler right there to a 4-inch. So we have to build some adaptations. So yeah, we are redoing Venom's intercooler piping again, because we have to get this thing dialed down. And then if this is holding boost, we are going to go rip it, and then we are going to throw the fuel system in it. And then there is a local performance shop that has a dyno, and hopefully we get Venom strapped back down on the dyno and shoot for some big horsepower numbers with them. But that is what we are going to do today. We are going to fix that intercooler piping. I don't have the parts for the throttle body, so we're going to have to wait on that, but we definitely can get this intercooler pipe fabbed up and fixed. Alright guys, the original plan, we were going to chop up this pipe we have right here already made with the blow off mount and everything else. We were going to chop it like right here and weld it onto our piece we had over here with this 4-inch thing to go to a 3-inch that we made. By the way guys, do not weld with chlorinated brake clean. You will pass out. Ask me how I know. But yeah, yesterday we were welding this piece up, as you saw it in the video. You might saw me run away because I started smelling chlorine. That is because I was using the chlorinated brake clean. I thought I had non-chlorinated, but I made a big mistake. That produces whatever it's in there mixes with the argon gas, and it produces this like harmful gas that when you breathe in it smells like chlorine, and it can cause a lot of issues, and it's extremely harmful. But we're okay. So we're gonna get this back together. So the new plan for the pipe is we're just gonna remake the whole thing. So as you guys see right now, we have it up straight up. I got this 45 3-inch coupler that we're gonna put right here. And then what we're gonna run off of this 4-inch right here is I got this extra 90 laying around that we are going to chop and run right into that 45, just like that, as you guys can see. And then we will have to remake the blow-off valve mount. But the one reason why I want to do this too is, first of all, I don't really want to chop this pipe up because it is all painted, and once you get paint on aluminum, it's a pain in the ass to clean it up for TIG welding. It's just hard to get it out of there. Other reason why is it's going to make the pipe shorter, probably by a foot. It doesn't have that big U anymore. It's going to just go straight to it, so it's probably a foot of piping less. And then the other thing, it's not going to be so close to the exhaust and turbo, because it did swoop very close to the turbo, which is extremely hot and what we're trying to keep it cool from. So yeah, that's a couple reasons why we are changing it up, and it's a lot easier just to not modify stuff that's already made, just to start from new. So. Alright, after cutting and chopping this 90 degree a little bit, you guys can see how the piping is going to go now. I still have to shorten this one a little bit. So this guy will adjust up a little bit here, and then we will have to shorten that pipe so it's closer. But you guys get the gist of how it's going to go. The blow-off valve will be back here. We're going to have, here's that IAC that I was talking about. We'll have like a nipple or something that goes right here and a hose down to there. We'll have the temp sensor underneath right here. Alright guys, we got it tack welded together. We drilled a 3-inch hole, as you can see right there. So it's 3-inch to 4-inch. We are going to test fit it now before we finish TIG welding this whole entire thing. But yeah, we got it mocked up right here. I was waiting for it to cool, so now we are going to set it in there, make sure it's all good before we finalize weld it on the side there. Guys, so we got this pipe all TIG welded together. We got the nipple on for the idle air control valve. We got the blow off flange TIG welded on. The only thing we have left to do is drill a hole somewhere in this area so we can plug in our idle air temp sensor. But I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It is definitely a lot less piping than it used to be. Hopefully it flows a lot better with that coupler right there. Actually, we're going to hold the piping up to each other so you guys can actually just see. So here's our old setup right here, and then here's our new setup. So you guys can see this is pretty much chopping off all this U right here. So we're losing probably a foot of piping again with this. But we're going to call this a video because we are out of parts to keep working. We could drill that hole for the intake air temp sensor, but we're going to call it a night. That'll take 2 seconds to do when we get the throttle body parts. So Monday or Tuesday I'm supposed to get all the throttle body parts, supposed to get those new bearings and a new throttle shaft for it, and then we will pressure test the system again, and fingers crossed we have no boost leaks whatsoever. I am pressure testing this at about 20 psi because when we do go back on the dyno, I'm guessing we're going to be running around that like 16 to 18 14 to 18 psi range, and I just want to be more than enough sure that we're never going to have an intake leak issue again. So that's why we're kind of overbuilding this system, because I want it to be bigger power goals eventually. Always just going to keep building and building and building on Venom. Thank you guys for watching. As always, keep it boosted, and we'll see you guys next time.